Yo.
Yo, this is Nick D.
I'm Lecrae, and this is Kasari.
You already know what it is, man. It's William Cater.
Yo, this is DJ Lost and Found from the Missing Link podcast.
Hey, what up? It's Miss Hero from Pew Army.
This is Stephen the Levite.
Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy YP, a.k.a. Young Paul. You know what I mean? Representing the East Coast, New York, Jersey, stand up.
And you're tuned into the That's Not
Christian Podcast. Woo!
Hey, welcome back to another episode of the That's Not Christian Podcast. I'm joined by Jimmy. My name is Jay. We appreciate you watching, listening, whatever the case is. And if this is your first time listening to us or watching, hit that subscribe button for me. Hit the thumbs up. We're going to get into it today. What's going on, Jimmy? How you been?
Good, man. Good, man. What, a week? Everything is lovely, man. Life is good. God is good, man.
That's awesome.
That's great. Man, I'm trying to stay dry. That's it, man. I'm just trying to stay dry.
Yo, those flooding videos make it look like you was in New York, bro.
Nah, I didn't see no rats doing the backstroke. You know what I mean?
Well,
in the middle of Times Square, but it was wet out here. Pause. But it wasn't like some of the footage that you saw. I know look crazy and people's cars were flooded and stuff like that. I didn't see any of that where I was at. Like the streets were flooded. You know what I mean? Like the water was pretty high, but not to those extents. Not where I'm at least.
Okay, that's good. I saw pictures up in Beverly Hills area of like there was like a mudslide or something, and I saw like a Suburban just like deep into the mud, and you know they had to bring like one of those like Caterpillar trucks, you know, with the things,
right?
You know, to try to like take it out, whatever. Yeah, I was like, geez, like it rains a little bit in Cali, and Cali doesn't know what to do. Yo, I mean, I should preface it didn't rain a little bit. It was what, 3 days straight.
So that is a true statement. But this is like the second biggest storm that like this was like a historical storm according to what the news is saying, right? Like the last storm we had like this or similar closest to this was like in 1938.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So this was a severe storm. Like I said, but like where I'm at, I didn't see any of that, but I did like everything you saw on the news. I saw too. I saw a little more because you know it's local news, so they show you more. Yeah.
Right.
Stuff like that, but it was legit, man. It was legit. So some people had to like jump out of their cars and climb trees. You know what I'm saying? Like like to try to just to save their lives. You know?
Yeah, for sure. But glad everything's okay with you, your crib, and you know the area. You know, because I know out here in New York, especially like around my area. Well, maybe like a couple streets when we had like major flooding. Like I don't know, like last year, 2 years ago. You know, these people lost, a lot of stuff, their things or whatever. So, it's tough on them.
Yeah, for real. Yeah. For real.
But yeah, so
big week, right?
Big weekend for CHH, depending who you ask. It's always a debacle, right?
Right.
But you know me, I'm on that 116 train. So
that's right.
We congratulate Lecrae, who won 2 Grammys.
That's crazy, man. That's congratulations to him, man.
Yeah, and definitely everybody. And I was a little naive about the Grammys.
Okay.
Because I didn't know that you can have so many people win Grammys, right?
Yeah.
Rapzilla came out with an article that said like almost 100 people could won a Grammy.
I don't know how many people it was, but it looked like Kanye's album. Like all the credits that everybody got, it just looked. But it was for Church Clothes 4, right? So I mean, there was a lot of features too, right?
Yeah,
because I know. Shout out to AI. She announced it on there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
which is really dope. It's really dope to see. It's really dope to see Lecrae collab with a former GOM artist, and they get a Grammy. You know what I mean? Like that's crazy for CHH, man.
It is crazy. It is, and I mean, basically, even the janitor probably gets a Grammy on there. I'm dead serious. I did not know that so many like I knew maybe producers and
Right.
songwriters and all that stuff, but it was like, yo, there's a whole list of people, which is cool, right?
Well, who else? Who? Because you're joking saying the janitor, but like, besides the producers and the writers or the rappers or whatever, like who else, outside of that got a Grammy? I saw Montel Jordan.
Um,
Was that
yeah,
like
who
real?
who is that?
That's the dude. Like, way back in the '90s, he had a hit called "This Is How We Do It." And
Oh, okay.
I used to see him at church every now and then because I used to go to church on the Harvest with Bishop McClendon, Church of the Harvest.
Okay, yeah.
Him pull up. I never engaged with him, but he's been a believer for a long time.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have executive producers, you have artwork people,
Artwork. So artwork people got the Grammy too.
got a Grammy too, yeah.
Nice. Shout out to the Photoshop cats.
Yo, for real. Obviously other features artists. Let's see who else. I'm just reading off the Rapzilla productions on all the stuff on all the tracks, obviously, and writing. So a lot of writers.
Yeah, a lot of writers. Is what I'm saying.
Look at this. The choir conductor gets a Grammy.
Let's go. He should, as he should.
Studio personnel. See, that must be the
person. Just that's what it says. Personnel.
Yeah, it says studio personnel. Studio personnel on spread the ops.
That's the dude. That's the what's it called? The runner, right? That's the dude that he goes and he goes to the store to get the Hennessy and the blunts. You know what I mean? Like when you in the studio.
Yeah,
right?
no. We talking about Reach Records, not
not a Diddy party.
No, not Diddy Records or whatever.
You think Cray went to a Diddy party after the Grammys though?
I don't think so because he had his daughter with him and a whole bunch of other people. Yeah.
I mean, he may have left early.
True. There's also here an associated performer. So I don't really know what that means, but that person got a Grammy too. That's sick.
That's crazy.
I have here his Grammy speech. You know what? Let me put this on
twice the speed. Yo, he should have gave the crew a Grammy too, man. Didn't they help with the promo of that joint? Didn't they help?
I mean, that's funny. I don't see no marketing people on the list.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, might as well throw them on there.
Bro, I'm saying, man, like that would have been a win for Christian podcasters, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
absolutely. Right.
That
On the next one, Craig. On the next one.
Right.
Yeah.
CC5?
Yeah, CC5. Here's his speech when he won the first one.
Yo, shout out to audio, man.
I did not expect to be up here. Okay, let me just say this. First of all, how y'all doing? Y'all look amazing. It's too many people to thank, and they all amazing people. I gotta thank so many people. Jordan, Alex, Dollar, Ace.
He got the Night at the Roxbury
Tasha,
suit on.
One thing I want to say is,
he's looking like
the
mask.
imprint of God is on each and every one of y'all's lives. Whether you take home an award or not, you are fearfully and wonderfully made, and you made this music not to win an award, but to impact the world with the gift that God has put in you. Never forget that. Shout out to my daughter too.
There you go.
That's cool.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and then the other song he got the award for was with the Tasha. What's her name? Tasha.
Cobb?
Yeah. With that track. So yeah, so congrats to him. Elena says my wife used to go to that church years. Oh, you're talking about the one you used to
Church
go to.
of the Harvest. Yeah.
Mason says Creative Network says Wednesday's the new schedule. So Mason, thank you for tuning in.
Thank you for tuning in.
But we are Wednesdays we are doing a stream, but also we will be doing a stream on Mondays. So it's like double the content.
More
a week.
Details to come soon, right?
Yeah, and a few other stuff that's in the pipeline. But yes, we have transitioned back to Wednesdays for the guys to be part of the show. But we also will be doing Mondays. So yeah. So to audio only listeners, you'll get 2 episodes a week, and everywhere else as well. So yeah.
Yeah.
So make
Yeah,
sure you become a member.
we're actually gonna be announcing 2 new shows, but
Yes.
more news to come soon.
Word. Yes. Um. So yeah. Yeah. The first podcast signing to GOM. Congrats.
Nah.
I didn't get the memo. I didn't get no contracts, and
Right.
so
I
I don't know
got
where you're getting that information.
Yeah, I gotta see what that contract looked like because it looks like everybody's leaving GOM. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
I gotta see
I
what
mean,
the numbers got to be right.
Yeah. Did they sign up? Did they sign a podcast? I
Nah, he's
saw
joking.
Dayan tweet something saying, "Oh no," but
Oh, he
I
said,
believe he said an artist that
"Oh,
GM
a
was
new
going to.
artist."
Yeah.
Did he say who the artist was?
No, no, yeah. It might be tomorrow that it gets
Oh,
announced,
okay.
or it could have been
He's
all
doing
two.
a
I'm
whole
not sure.
rollout.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, that's interesting. I wonder who it could be, man.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
So, what do you think about this? What do you think about Lecrae winning this Grammy, man? What does it mean for CHH? What does it mean for Christian hip hop and
I mean,
artists in general?
so there was a tweet by Steve Patton, which is an OG Repzilla, journalist, I guess you could say, and I believe
Right.
he did some other stuff too. And his tweet said, "The Christian rapper who's not a Christian winning Grammys as a under Christian
Yeah.
categories."
Right.
So that made me think, like, yeah, I mean that's kind of true. But he also mentioned that Lecrae has just as much as um has just as many Grammys as maybe I don't know what top maybe 10 people. So he's on that
Yeah, I
list.
saw that.
I don't other than Beyonce, I don't know who else could probably have a lot more. Steve, let me see what Steve said. I actually have the tweet here.
Yeah, pull that up.
Yeah, let me get it for you right now. He says, interesting tad bit. Oh, I didn't put it up. Sorry. Interesting tad bit. With last night's Grammy wins, Lecrae is at least tied for number 11th most Grammy Award rap artist in history. He has one fewer Grammy win than / tied for 10th ranked Drake, Lil Wayne, and Childish Gambino. Oh, so he
Wow.
pretty much says who it is. So
Yeah.
I can't fact check that currently, but I'll take his word for it.
All right.
Yeah, so that's crazy.
Yeah.
Christian rapper having as many Grammys.
I wonder if the Diddy parties had anything to do with that.
Come
You know,
on.
the
Well,
networking, you know?
yeah. That's what I was gonna say. I was like, I mean, he had to meet people, to get him, where he is. So yeah.
Yeah, did you see that video in Pod Life? Who dropped it? Oh, shout out to Prophet Link. It's a video of some guy who it says that he's the CEO of the Grammy Awards. I don't know if that's true or not, if there's a CEO of the Grammy Awards.
Okay.
But he was saying that the awards have nothing to do with album sales. It's basically your peers who vote you in. So I imagine if Cray said he was going to the Diddy parties for networking, I mean these are his peers who are voting, right? I imagine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would think so. I didn't know it was voted amongst the peers. I actually thought it was like the public voting.
You
So I
mean
guess
like
I'm wrong with that.
what do you mean public voting? Like Trump versus Biden? What do you mean?
Like,
Like,
yeah, I guess people just saying, hey, this person, I guess, should be voted, rap artist of the year or album of the year or whatever, based on the
mhm,
public's perception. Obviously, they might have their hand in it somehow,
mhm.
just like Biden and Trump. But yeah, that's what I thought it would be. But did you
Yeah.
see? Did you see Jay-Z say a few things about the whole Grammys?
I
Or
heard
hear
him
that?
say something very similar to what Kanye said a couple years
Mhm.
ago. People thought he was crazy when he said it.
Mhm.
That's what I heard. What did you hear?
Yeah, I saw the clip and it said basically that some of the people don't deserve to get the Grammys. He just flat out said it. And yeah, basically that it should have been his wife to get the because Taylor won what artist of the year or something like that.
Yeah, she won that year,
Or
I guess. Yeah.
album of the year. Yeah. Um, and once again, they thought Beyonce should have got that. So okay, I
Yeah.
guess. You know,
Subjective.
right, right. It is.
Yeah.
It is.
I
But
mean,
it just now see now it goes back to like what our 2 weeks ago we talked about Taylor and the Super Bowl. Like, okay, now she wins this artist of the year or album of the year, whatever the case is. And now her man's is going to the Super Bowl. Like, man, there's a lot of conspiracy around Taylor going on.
yo, and your man took the jab too. We took the jab for that joint.
yeah.
You know what I mean? He took one for the team, bro. So he deserves that Super Bowl. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for
He
sure.
deserves that
For
Super
sure.
Bowl. You know what I mean? Like he earned that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
LNF says, yeah, the voting committee decides who wins a Grammy. Had a few voters follow me this year. Okay.
Hey, let's go. Shout
Let's
out to
go.
LNF too, man.
Let's go.
He got
Yo,
nominated for a Grammy.
make sure you send that check to them, so the next time you can win.
That's what I'm saying. He got to go to some Diddy parties. That's what it sounds like. You ready for that, LNF?
I'm not gonna comment there.
Just make sure you leave before 1:00, man.
That's true. Do you know how much it is to get nominated on the Grammys?
Nah, I don't know. I don't know what. You have a clue?
I'm sure it's
You
pretty
saying there's a price, or you mean to join? What do you
it's
mean?
just like in it's just like any award. Like you kind of have to pay a certain
What do you
fee
mean?
or whatever to be considered. You didn't know? Yeah.
Listen, man. Listen, I don't know what you're talking about. We have been nominated for the KCA Awards several years in a row, and we never had to pay anything. But we also never won. So maybe you're right.
I mean, yes, but we're talking about like major awards. Things. No offense to the KCAs, right? That's very niche within,
Yeah.
CHH or whatever, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah, I'm trying to find it.
Wait,
Oh, okay. This is pretty crazy. So this has nothing to do with the question I asked, but it says here before winning a Grammy, producers typically charge $30K to $50K per track. However, once they secure a Grammy,
yeah,
the price
that
goes
price
up
goes. Hell yeah! What you think?
$75K or more.
Come on, son. Hey, if we would have done the promo like the crew, you know what I mean, and we would have told Lecrae to put us on the album, man. I guarantee you, man, we charge an artist for interviews now. You know what I mean? Hobie, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Here's my cash app.
Oh, that's funny. But
Hey,
yeah,
that's facts. That's facts.
it is facts. Well, it didn't tell me what it was.
Well,
What
and
the
I've said
price
that this must be the safest time in history to attend a Diddy party. I might show my face. Hey,
As
yo.
long as you leave, hey, listen, I'm with you, LNF. As long as you leave before 12, 12:30, whatever the time is,
No, yeah.
make sure that the sun is still out. That's it.
You got to be like Cinderella, man. And as soon as the clock strikes midnight, you know what I mean? You know, the freaks come out at night. You better bounce, man. You better call that Uber like 30 minutes. Schedule that joint. You know what I mean? For reals. Yeah. So he's waiting outside once the clock strikes midnight, man.
Word.
For real. For real.
Facts. So yeah. Again, shout out to Lecrae. Shout out to
For real.
the hundreds of
That's a dope
people.
accomplishment. Yeah. Everybody who worked on it, man. That's really dope too that he collaborated with a lot of artists.
Absolutely.
That's always cool because sometimes in certain spaces you have people who want to do everything on their own, and so you see with a lot of these albums or projects that cross over, you have a lot of hands in it. And, and you see that with a lot of pop records, a lot of big artists. I'm sure, like Drake and Kanye. You see they have a lot of people helping them.
Yeah. And they're not ones to, or maybe they have, right, to kind of like credit everybody that's behind the scenes, doing everything,
Yeah.
For my knowledge, at least, right? This is the first time I'm seeing again Lecrae, crediting everybody basically. So everybody gets a Grammy.
Yeah, that's really dope.
It
That's really
is.
dope.
It is. It is.
I hope
So yeah.
Riggs gets a Grammy for his project because we was on that album. You know what I'm saying? So that means we can get.
Oh, that's true.
Elena still hasn't invited us to one of his projects, but it's cool.
Yeah. He will though.
Like,
Right?
not now that he's Grammy nominated. His price just went up, just like you said.
Right. Exactly. He says Jay-Z still hasn't credited Young Chris for that flow. Oh. Yeah. So yeah. Next thing we have, which is kind of serious, and probably gonna be an internet. It's gonna break the internet, and that's Tucker Carlson, former Fox News host.
Yeah.
Interviewed the president or prime minister or whatever they call him over there in Russia, Vladimir Putin.
I think his title is tyrant or something.
Well,
no, I'm just.
I mean,
don't
let's relax there, buddy.
Don't hack me.
We love the Russian viewer as well.
Facts. So Tucker Carlson is so what's the deal with this? He's going to Russia to interview Putin.
Yeah, so Putin. So he already I believe he already did it. The video is supposed to come out tomorrow at 6:00.
Okay.
Eastern Standard. And yeah, so that's pretty crazy to think about. Somebody from America who's in media, right, or has been in media, and going to interview somebody that our relationship with isn't all, it's not gumdrops and rainbows, right? He made a video explaining why he's doing it, and basically he just took a shot at traditional media, saying like, you guys, you're supposed to be unbiased and be in the middle, but you won't interview anybody like this, right? So it got mixed reactions, and one of those reaction was, why is Tucker trying to make Putin seem kind of like a good guy, or like a okay dude, right? Meanwhile, he's trying to invade Ukraine. Obviously, the war's been going on and a lot of casualties and all that stuff. And yeah, and Tucker also said, right, that he wants to interview the Ukrainian president too, Zelensky, but they haven't heard back from him yet. Which he should, in my opinion, he should be the first one to be like, yeah, come interview me, right?
I think it's dope that he's been interviewing, because I saw he interviewed the president of Argentina.
Yes.
Also, I think of Spain, right? And now Putin. And so I think it's dope that he can go from like interviewing world leaders to, like the biggest names, when it comes to world leaders, and then interviewing like the biggest name in welfare recipients.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, so and Elena says maybe now we can get the truth. Yeah, I mean, he mentioned that as well, right? He just wants to, ask him the hard questions or whatever, and then have the American people, judge
right
based on that. So, well, what do you think about him interviewing Putin?
I mean, I think it's dope. I think we believe in free speech in this country, right? So why not allow him to? Why is it a big thing? I know some some conservatives were commenting like he's like a Russian shill or whatever, but it's like, bro, he ain't done nothing we ain't done.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, what has he done that the United States hasn't done some in another country? Like,
right.
The U.S. has done it all. So why are we villainizing this dude like he's worse than the last 45, 46 presidents. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think. I mean, I'm sort of not excited, but I want to see that interview.
Mm-hmm.
Because I just want to see like, well, what is this dude about, and kind of see his answers to some of the questions, and then see what happens when he releases this video, right? When it comes to traditional media, right? Because
Yeah.
like we say, we're all about free speech and all that, but if we really think about it, that's not really the case, right? All these networks have a bias to one side or the other,
Right.
right?
Right.
It's very difficult to find somebody, for example, on CNN who's going to be neutral or neutral right. It's most of the programming is always to the left, and then you
Right.
have the other side, right, where you have Fox News, always to the right, right. And then you have digital outlets like Daily Wire, right? They're lean more right.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see what happens. I know Elon has said that when it comes to Twitter or X, there's not going to be any suppression of the video or anything like that. Like he's like, yeah, just do it, and he's going to push it forward. So I don't know if that'll be the case on YouTube or Facebook, but we shall see.
So, have you seen any clips, any promos for this interview? Like, did they mention Biden, Trump, Julian Assange, anything like that?
No, there's no mention of those guys. The only thing that Tucker did mention was that he was trying to do this, I think last year, right, to go
Right.
to Russia, but he said that the United States government hacked his phone, and basically they found out like a little bit after, because he has connections, that they were
Mhm.
monitoring him because
Wow.
he was going out there.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
then he said that recently, before he went this time around, it happened
Uh-huh.
again, right?
Hmm.
And then they just made a decision, we're just gonna go and do it. And so that's pretty nuts. Um,
Dang.
and then there was an article I think
That's
today that came out.
crazy how he
Yeah.
committed suicide, huh?
Well, I hope not. I hope that's not the case. I hope he's back on American soil, and he's safe and all that stuff.
Right.
But there was an article that came out that said that Europe is trying to I don't know if you can sanction a person, but they're trying to, I guess, sanction him or
Mhm.
something along those lines, where if he steps in, that he can't step into Europe because of this interview,
Mm.
which is
Because he went to Russia.
he went to Russia to interview Putin. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's that UN vibes.
Facts. NLF says praying for Tucker. He's gonna be on that Snowden blacklist after this.
Facts.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know. I don't think he really cares like that. I mean,
Not at
Snowden's
that
out
point if
there.
he got the interview, right? If he got the
Yeah,
interview, he's like, "Hey, I'm all the way in." You know what I
yeah,
mean?
exactly. I mean, Snowden's out there because the second he steps in here, he's gonna get thrown into jail. So,
Yeah.
um, which is also another wild thing to think about. And you mentioned Assange. Is he still in Ecuador, or did they extradite him, or where
No,
is he now?
I have no idea. I actually haven't
Oh,
kept
okay.
up, to be honest with
Oh,
you.
okay.
It says here, yeah, Ecuador granted Assange citizenship in December 2017.
I mean, that's okay. Cool. So
Yeah,
I guess he's still out there.
he's somewhere.
I don't
He's
I
somewhere.
don't know I don't know why I thought like US somehow was able to maybe get extradite him or something like
I
that.
I know that Donald Trump offered Assange a pardon if he denied Russia's help, but
Oh, really?
yeah, but like I don't know
He
what
didn't think.
happened with that. Yeah,
Oh,
I don't
okay,
know.
okay.
I don't remember what happened with that. That's something we got to follow up. If you know, leave a comment below.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So yeah, I mean that's it with Tucker. We'll see tomorrow. And
Well,
like I
what time
said,
is that going live? Do you know?
so I saw it was at 6 p.m. Eastern time.
Okay, let's
So
go.
that's what 3 o'clock, 3 in the afternoon for
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then it'll be posted on Twitter, and then his website. So, yeah, that's gonna be wild.
Did you
And yeah,
watch his other interviews with any of the other leaders? That
I saw the one with the new Argentinian
yeah,
president. I did
yeah.
see that one. Um, and then some other ones I saw, I think, was with the Barstool guy. What's his name?
Mhm. Yeah.
I forgot his name, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen a few of his episodes, not all of them. Um,
Gotcha.
but yeah, he's still doing his thing. Still sounds like Tucker from Fox. You know,
Yeah.
yeah. Just I guess more freedom.
Yeah, he's free to do what he wants, and he doesn't have to worry about, sponsors, the network sponsors,
Right.
That's always
I'm
good.
hope. Yeah, I'm actually hoping he'll do I guess an episode or maybe like a behind the scenes or whatever of the border, of what's
Mm,
going on down there, and especially in Texas, right? Because Texas is pretty much saying, "Yo, U.S. ain't doing nothing out here, so we're gonna do it."
yeah.
I don't know if you've seen. They started putting up their wall, right? A wall,
Yeah. Yeah.
sponsored, I guess, by the Texan taxpayers.
Yeah.
Um,
That's nice of them.
yeah, I guess. But it's pretty wild what's going on in the border. There was a 60 minutes video that came out I don't know, like a couple days ago, and it
Mhm.
showed how there's like the border's not even finished in one area, and it's like a small crack, and you just see a bunch of people
Everybody just going
just
through.
going through, and then as they're doing the reporting, there's another like a SUV that drives by to drop more people off, and
Yeah.
they're all there, no, then the lady,
I did see that one where they're following the SUV, and there's like two SUVs show up or whatever, and then people just hop out. Yeah, I did see
yeah,
that one.
yeah, and it's crazy, man, what people just do, and then obviously they're walking, and they just walk straight to the
Like
the
nothing.
immigration agent, yeah, like it's nothing, like, "Hey, I'm here. Alright, where's my debit card? You know, where's my debit card? Where's my free healthcare?"
Ew. So they're going to Cali or New York? Because the healthcare is in Cali,
The
the
money is here.
EBT card is in New York. Oh, and I
Yeah,
think New York is giving them housing too, right? Like you can stay in like a plush hotel or something like that.
that's right,
That's
yes.
nice of you, New
We
Yorkers, man.
my beautiful state of New York,
Yeah.
it
Your
provides
taxes, how does that
housing.
work?
Yes, provide no, I mean, I don't even know where they got this money from, because apparently we're, like, in a deficit, and
Oh, your kids are paying for it. That's so nice
we
of your kids.
we gotta cut education, we gotta cut this, we gotta cut
Right.
that, but
Right.
somehow, hotels, five-star hotels for these people. And now, don't get me wrong, right? We're Latinos, we have family. I have family that, has come through the border. They did,
Really?
yeah,
Okay.
they did their thing. They were here, obviously illegally, for a little bit,
Mhm.
um, and they went back to the countries that did things the right way, and now they're American citizens.
Mhm.
Uh, so anybody who's coming through the border wall, um, I I think for the most part they're escaping their country because they can't provide, or there's
Right.
just enough jobs, or maybe things are just really really bad, and they're coming here because they feel like they could get a better opportunity. Right, this is the land of opportunities, as they say. Um, so I sympathize with them. Right, what I don't agree with is all this money that just came out of nowhere. And we're the first ones in Cali too to say, "Hey, come if you're gonna cross or you make your way here. Make sure you come to New York. Make sure you come to Cali. We're gonna take great care of you." Right. Meanwhile, you have homeless people on the streets. You have, Skid Row and Cali with,
Right.
all these people who are in substance abuse, and they need help as well. And there hasn't really been anything for them. But meanwhile, these people come, and it's like, all right, here's 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 your debit card. Here's your
Mhm.
free help.
So
You know,
you don't think that we should be giving these people because they're illegal all those things, or do you think we just shouldn't be giving them to these kinds of things to people in general?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Um, I feel like maybe for a certain amount of time, it's I think you should be able to help them.
Right.
Um, but the thing is that it's been going on now for over years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it just came, and the money part of it just comes out of nowhere, right? Meanwhile, there's
Right.
other things that they said, no, we don't have enough funding, or we have to cut back,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of like where I stand on it. And I know that's not everybody's,
No,
same sense.
you're gonna get some comments.
Yeah, everybody's like, "Oh, my tax money, should be paying for this, right?" And I saw another interview back a couple months ago. There was a school that they vacated for, I don't know, like 2 or 3 days to house some of the migrants in, and there was
Oh, no
a
way.
parent. Yeah, there was a parent that was outside like protesting, like, "Yo, how are you taking our children out of
Right.
school?" you
Right.
know, and you're housing these people and you're giving them everything for free. Meanwhile, we're the ones that are suffering, right? And I'm sure the kids are like, yeah, whatever, right? I don't have to go to school. But she kind of does have a point, right? And the only reason they did the whole thing with the school is because the area where they were housing them was,
Mm-hmm.
in a tent in a park, right? And it rained so much that during that time that it was flooding, right? So obviously they need to put them somewhere, right? They're not going to keep them
Yeah.
there. So they decided the school would be the best option because everywhere else was just full.
Got you.
Yeah. So I get that. I get that aspect of it. People being mad about it, and the tax dollars not being used efficiently for things that within even citizens of the state or of the United States could benefit from, right? Because I could name 2, 3 people that could definitely use a $1,000 EBT card.
Hey, right
That are
here. Look, look,
citizens.
look. 1, 2 people right here.
There you go. There you go. So, yeah, I mean, it's nuts. It's crazy. I don't know how long this is going to be sustainable for,
Uh-huh.
but I think um, I think there's only going to be 2 outcomes, right? Or there's going to be like a mass deportation, and like, yo, that's it. Like, you guys got to get
Like
out of
they're just
here.
gonna
And
round them up, like just
round,
round them,
yeah, round them up and just, I'm sorry, you got to go
throw them
back.
in the paddy wagon.
Yeah, just drop them off back at Mexico or something. Or the other thing is, I don't know. I mean, keep taxing us more and giving these people this help, I guess.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
wild, man.
it is. It is. So yeah.
Wild situation for sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, that's all we got for today, unless you have something else. It's a
No,
short and
man.
sweet episode.
Short,
We
short, short and sweet. You know what I'm saying? Got a couple topics in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. So
Hey,
we'll do the yeah,
Eleanor
what do you
said
say?
food deserts, crumbling buildings, and lackluster schools in NYC, but yet they handing out 9K housing and preferred menus. So that's the thing.
I have no argument at all with that, you know. Um yeah, I don't know what to tell you, Lena.
All I can say is taxation is theft, man. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand this, like, because it used to be like you come here illegally and you know you're illegal, and so you don't expect anything, right? And so you do odd jobs, you do whatever you can to get by because being here is better than where you came from. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So I don't understand like when the government turned turn a new
Take
leaf
it
and it's
again.
like, yo, like we gonna give you whatever you need, whatever you want, you know what I mean?
Mm,
Like the price is right, come on down, you know? It's like,
exactly.
and these
Exactly.
people, like, well, I'm not gonna say all of them, you know what I mean? But a good percentage of these people are like coming here and expecting, for the US to provide these things for them. And it's crazy. It's just
Hmm.
crazy to have that attitude to expect anybody provide something for you. You know what I mean? Like this, like you mentioned earlier, this is known as the land of opportunity. And like I in my family, I've had people who have come here illegally, right? Uh, 40 plus years ago, and even like
Mhm.
recently. You know what I'm saying? Like within the last 4 years.
Mhm.
Um, and no one ever expected anything. You know what I mean? Like I just want an opportunity. That's it.
Right.
I don't expect no housing. I don't expect no. You know what I mean? Because that's also against the law. Like you're not supposed to or you can't provide any federal dollars to someone who is illegal allegedly. So I don't understand how the Biden administration is doing it. And and it's kind of interesting too because the U.S. doesn't really care about your legal status. Like you can get an I-10
Right.
even if you're illegal and you can start working like today. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
Right.
they
Right.
don't really care about your legal status. So like whatever, right? We can argue about that. But to be giving people, you know what I mean, money, that's just crazy to me. And then another thing people aren't really talking about is like America's role in creating the type of environments that would cause people to leave their home countries and come here because things are so uh desperate and disastrous in their own countries, right? Because we know that the United States has meddled with politics in Latin America for ages,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
destabilizing governments, right? And participating in coups and putting in um, their own leaders, right? Their own puppets. Like nobody's talking about like how the U.S. is investing back into those countries that they destabilize.
Right.
They kind of just villainizing the people that are coming here for a better life. You know what I mean? Which is no different than any parent would do. You know what I mean? Is try to provide the
Absolutely.
best for your family. No matter what the consequences are. So
Yeah.
um, I wish more people would have that conversation.
For sure. Elena says, when you lose your voter base and need a new one, you open the borders and give the world to these new citizens in hopes they stay loyal come election season. Uh, And that's something that Elon has brought up a lot
Hmm.
on X. And he's mentioned like, yo, like this is all part of the plan when it comes to election season, for these people to be like, all right, I'm gonna vote Democratic, right? I'm gonna vote for Biden
Hmm.
because he allowed me to stay here and he's giving me all this other stuff, right? Because and we talked about this maybe last episode, right? Where a lot of these states you don't even need an ID to prove
Yeah.
that you're a citizen here. Just anybody could just roll up, put their vote, and let's get out, right?
Right.
And therefore, you know, influencing the election and swaying it to one side. So I don't know. It's
Yeah.
uh it's definitely something.
Yeah. It's crazy. That because LNF said that they in hopes that they stay loyal. Like that's a big hope too, though, because like we talked about it, like Latinos are pretty conservative when we start talking about issues. Like like Bukele just won,
Yeah.
and he's tough on crime. Like that's not he won by a landslide. I think it was like 80%. Like a lot of the people that are coming here are like pro police, pro military, you know what I'm saying? Like pro, all that, like mass incarceration. Like
Hmm.
that's a big hope on the Democratic side, man. And I think it's gonna backfire on them like big time.
I guess we shall see what
Yeah,
happens.
facts.
Yeah. So all right now,
You gonna hit them with the word of the day?
yeah, we're gonna go word of the day. We have let me put it up on the chat here. Hebrews chapter
Oh, you got that.
6,
Okay.
yeah, verse 10, and it says the following. For God is not unjust. He will not forget your work and the love you showed for his name when you served the saints and you continue to serve them.
Mm,
So so serve your peoples.
I like that, man.
Thank you. I like it too. So I
yeah,
picked it.
man.
Speaking of like, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Get subscribed if you haven't subscribed. If you enjoyed this episode, share it with a friend. And we thank you for watching, listening, wherever it is that you listen.
Facts.
And we really appreciate it. And we'll see you on the next episode of the That's Not Christian podcast. Take care and peace.
Peace.